The orphan boy who grew up to be a wizard is now famous around the world.
Harry had a thin face, knobbly knees, black hair and bright green eyes.
By the summer of 2000, Rowling had written and published 4 novels, all of which were wildly successful. Captivating children around the world, Harry Potter had at last reached legendary status. Hollywood was salivating, but Warner Brothers had already bitten. The film studio had secured rights for the first 3 Harry books at a bargain basement price of $700,000.
They're expecting to roll naked in hundreds of millions of dollars. You know, I mean, this is it for Warner Brothers.
Daniel Fierman is with Entertainment Weekly, like Warner Brothers and CNN, all part of the AOL Time Warner Company.
If you're a movie studio, the thing you want more than anything is a franchise, something you can go back to again and again and get all sorts of ancillary revenue streams from. You know, the merchandise, the tie-ins, the Coke bottles, the games, the blah, 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 blah.
Warner Brothers got the franchise deal by promising the anxious J.K. Rowling they'd stay true to her story and Harry's millions of young fans. But Hollywood still had to find its Harry.
We're looking for Harry. I did actually meet my physically perfect Harry in Northern Ireland. Yeah, I was talking to a group of about 200 kids and doing a reading, and I kept looking up as you do when you're doing a reading. And then I looked dead center, and he was just sitting there staring at me, and I completely lost my place and went, "Harry!"
A look-alike, but not an actor. So the search continued.
Finding Harry Potter was incredibly difficult. It took months and months and months. They saw thousands of children.
Only weeks before cameras were to roll on the first movie, actor Daniel Radcliffe was finally cast to play the literary hero.
I have read the least of Harry Potter in my class. I managed to get the part somehow.
Who are you?
Dobby the house elf.
As the star, the 13-year-old Radcliffe holds the key to a huge movie franchise.
Good luck, Potter.
Thank you, sir.
It's a ton of pressure.
It's obviously kind of nerve-wracking, but it's, as well as that, it's just a lot of fun because you do get to inspire people.
So far, Warner Brothers' commitment to J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter's fans has paid off.
Keep an eye on the staircases. They like to change.
The first 2 movies have grossed nearly $2 billion worldwide. The 3rd Potter film is in production and set to release in June 2004. But there are questions about what will happen after the 3rd movie is made. Director Chris Columbus has stepped down from his directing role to spend more time with his family, and Daniel Radcliffe is signed on only through the 3rd movie. The young actors in the film remain optimistic about their involvement in the movies.
I think I like to do most of these films because I really do enjoy them.
But Columbus has some advice for them.
If you were asking me, I think it would probably be a good idea for them to start to live lives as real kids after they finish the 3rd film.
The death of Richard Harris, the actor who portrays Dumbledore, at the end of October, leaves at least one role for Warner Brothers to fill.
We had known he was ill, but hadn't expected that it was imminent. And he's going to be very difficult to replace, and I honestly don't know if they've even thought about who.
Despite the setback, there are more movies to come. Hoping that fans will not tire of looking at the world through Harry's glasses, Warner Brothers has bought the rights to Rowling's next 3 books. Now, after 3 long years of waiting, fans across the world are standing in line this weekend for the latest copy of Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
We need to find out what happens to Harry.
Yep.
And J.K. Rowling has 2 more books in the works. After that, her publisher says she's calling it quits. But those Harry enthusiasts who think it might be another 3 years until the next book shouldn't worry. At 896 pages, 220,000 words, The Order of the Phoenix should keep fans busy for some time. For now, Harry Potter has the world under his spell. And from the looks of things, that's not going to change anytime soon.
Let us hope Mr. Potter will always be around to save the day.
Don't worry. I will be.
Harry
Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix may be flying off the shelves, but it's not going cheap. The book retails for $29.99, a hefty price in the realm of children's books.
When People in the News continues, one of the most recognizable movies.
500,000 books might not be enough to feed starving Harry Potter fans.
Yeah, gosh, they are a ravenous lot. They have devoured 5 million copies of Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix, and that's just in the first weekend. It set all-time records. Rhonda Rowling compared it to a movie. It beat the Hulk or whatever it is. It's huge. It's a giant.
Rhonda Rowland or R.C. Rowling?
Did I say Rhonda Rowland?
Rhonda Rowland, who was our medical correspondent, but
That's
hey, that's
Rhonda
okay.
Schaffler meets J.K. Rowling. Anyway.
Well, the Nielsen book scan showed copies flying out the door at the rate of 20 books a second on Saturday. And we found 2 Wizard wannabes among our own, and they just can't seem to get enough of their literary heroes.
Madeline and Isabel Furman are dressed like Harry Potter and Hermione Granger, respectively. And they are the daughters of one of our own here at CNN, Elena Furman. And it's great to have you with us. I want to begin with you, Madeline, or should I call you Harry? I don't know which. But now I just want you to show people where your bookmark is. Just put the book up. No, just put it off to the edge there. This is one weekend. Can you get a shot of that? She is more than halfway through, or just about halfway through.
Yeah.
You have been reading a lot, haven't you? And what
to get to camp with her.
What are your wow? What are your thoughts?
I like the book so far. I mean, yesterday I wasn't really into the book, and it wasn't as great as I thought it was.
Really? Oh, it wasn't as good as the other ones?
It wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be.
Huh. Do you think you probably had really high expectations for that book?
Yeah. But now it's really great, and I just love the book.
So you're in it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, Isabel, you're 6. Have you been reading the book, or is your sister sort of taking you through it? How's that working?
Well, she's telling me, she only told me like 1 or 2 parts, and I think those are really interesting. Ron has become a prefect, and when Harry's talking to Sirius Black, Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, of course, sticks her pudgy arm in.
Okay. Well, now you can talk like Ron, right?
So
cute.
She's the cutest thing I've ever seen. Now, Ron, give me your Ron impersonation, okay? Can you talk like Ron for us?
Harry, I'm scared.
You have the whole British accent going on.
That's good. That's good.
How
Now,
about your sister? Does she? Do you have a few lines that you're
Yeah.
pretty good at this? All right.
Yes.
Who do you like? Obviously Harry Potter.
Hermione.
Oh, okay. All right. Give us a little something.
They're on a train, and as I said last night, Hermione comes in while Harry and Ron are talking to each other, and Ron is about to cast a spell, and she goes in, "Have any of you seen a toad? A boy named Neville's lost one." "Oh, are you doing magic? Let's see it then." And then Ron does his spell, and she goes, "Are you sure that's a real spell? Well, it's not very good, is it? I've tried a few simple spells myself, but it's all worked for me. Do either of you know what house you'll be in?" "I hope I'm in Gryffindor. It sounds by far the best. I don't suppose Ravenclaw would be that bad either. I hear Dumbledore has been in Gryffindor himself. Nobody in my family is magic at all. It was ever such a surprise when I got my letter, but then I was ever so pleased, of course. Well, I expect we'll be arriving soon. You two best change into robes. Oh, and you've got dirt on your nose, by the way. Did you know? Just there."
Madeline on tape. We don't need the book.
you know, really, you could do the book on tape. You actually could do it. And now, Isabel, I'm curious. This story, it's kind of long and complicated. Is it? Would you recommend it to most 6-year-olds?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Is it not? It's not too scary or anything for you?
No.
Okay. Good.
So explain to us what this is and how does it work?
It's a wand, and you use it to cast spells on people, and you use it also to cast spells on people to defend yourself.
Can you cast one on Miles? Can you do a little spell? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You can make one up.
Go ahead.
Felice Incantata.
What's supposed to happen?
What does that mean?
He's supposed to blow up.
We didn't cue the special effects, did we?
Happens on a regular
Should have done
basis.
that, yeah. It's just this whole book is so amazing that after 5 books and now a 900-page book, you're halfway through, and people are still so interested in it. Can you try to give us some idea why kids can't get enough Harry Potter?
It's just full of mystery and adventure. And you don't know how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's always a surprise.
Isabel, what about you? Final thoughts. Why is it so cool, Harry Potter?
Well, people like it, and it's always really nice to look at the book, see how it's like.
Anytime you guys don't want to go home, you will adopt. What do you think? We'll take one.
Cutest kids.
You
All
guys
right.
Thank you so
Thanks for
much for
dropping
being
by.
with us.
You're welcome.
All right. You'll let us know how it ends up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
All right, Madeline and Isabel Furman, Harry Potter experts. Thank you so much for brightening our day here on Live From. And tomorrow, Live From will be hosted by these two.
There you go.
I think
they like
They
that.
just passed their screen test. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, you guys.
You're most welcome.
Well, already more wealthy than the Queen of England, Potter author J.K. Rowling is expected to make at least $50 million from sales of her latest sequel. The London Sunday Times estimates Rowling's fortune at $450 million. Not bad for the one-time single mom who once lived in a rat-infested flat and struggled to make ends meet.
Well, he's not rich, nor is he royal, but...
I don't know.